Okay, hey folks, Dr. Starr, Silver Spring Medical Center. Thanks for listening in again. Again, we're going to take about 5 minutes and talk a little bit about the continuation of last audio clip. We talked about what are the foods that I can eat that will fill me up that are low in calories, right? And that's essentially like asking, what are the best foods for me? Okay, and naturally you have to look at the two ingredients. If you look at nature and you look at how our bodies run, every single cell in our body, and exclusively brain cells, run on glucose. Okay, glucose is blood sugar. That is the basic broken down commodity that our body need to run on. It needs to run on glucose. It needs everything else too. It needs proteins and fats. Certainly they're important, but it doesn't need a whole lot of those. Okay, it's like if I asked you what your car runs on, it runs on gasoline. It doesn't run on anything else. That's what it runs on. If they made some really cool hybrids, now it runs a little on electricity too, and also gasoline. Okay, so they're coming out with new ways to make the cars a little more efficient and smarter. Well, our bodies are phenomenally smart. If you give it only fat, it'll convert the fat into glucose. Same thing with protein, but it doesn't like to do that. So you really don't need a whole lot of fat and protein in your diets, and you should not be getting too much. Yes, you do need essential ones for sure, but carbohydrates really should make up a bulk of our diet. Now, when I say carbohydrates, most people just assume that I mean sugar, and sugar brings in the connotation of candy bars and white sugar and just white powdery processed junk. That's not what I mean by carbohydrates. All right. Plants, fruits, vegetables, and grains are primarily about 80% or more made up of carbohydrates. And those are the good carbohydrates. They're filled with good whole components, fiber, phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, things that your body absolutely has to have. So I'm not talking about the junk carbohydrates. I'm not talking about the junk sugar. No, you should not have those at all. You shouldn't have any processed foods in general. I mean, the more whole food you can eat, the healthier you'll be. It just so happens to be that those foods, when you look at them, have the two most important components of our fuel to keep us alive and running. So the first one I already said is carbohydrates. The second thing is water. All right, we need water. You cannot survive more than just a few days without water. Your body will dehydrate and you will die, basically, right? However, food, you can go several weeks or even longer because primarily we have a lot of food storage, or I should say energy storage around our body, and that takes up the place of fat. So really, I mean, the fat that you eat is the fat that you wear around your body. If you want to be less fat, generally eat less fat, right? That's just how it works. Most people say, well, I don't eat a lot of fat. I just eat a lot of protein. I eat a lot of chicken and meat and steak and this, that, and turkey and sliced deli. And well, where there's protein, there's fat. That's just how it is. The basic building block of the cell within the muscle of an animal, including humans, is protein, but it's not protein exclusively. Even beef, which is everyone considers to be pure protein, it's not. It's only about 50% protein and 50% is fat. And chicken's a little bit better, but it's still 30 to 40% fat. And fish, for all of you guys out there that say, oh, fish is a very low-fat food. No, it's not. It's 20 to 30% fat. And if you eat something like salmon, that's closer than chicken. I mean, it's sometimes more fat than chicken. It can be as much as 40% fat. So you have to understand what are the foods that you're eating. And if they're high in fat and high in protein, those are not really the things that your body really strives for and prefers. So it just so happens that fruits and vegetables and grains are about 80% carbohydrates, and they've got about 10% or so or less of protein and 10% or so less in fat. So those are the foods that you really want to go to. They are less caloric, right? You can eat more of them because you have to take more bites. They fill up more space. And they are loaded with water and glucose, producing carbohydrates, which would translate into glucose. That is the fuel that your body ideally wants. So you look at nature. Nature tells you what there is out there. You go for an apple, it's perfect. The size is perfect. The color appeals to your eyes. It smells good. It tastes good. It's full of carbohydrates. It's got a lot of water in it, right? You can take an apple, blend it up, make an apple smoothie. It's got a lot of water in it. Try doing that with a chicken sandwich. You're not going to get any water in that because there is none. Everything's been refined out. So eat higher amounts of fruits, vegetables, and grains. Fill your body up. You will feel better. You'll be hydrated. You'll sleep better. You have better energy. You can think clear. And it'll help you lose weight. All right. Thanks for listening. We're at 5 minutes. Have a great day.